Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I'm from Amanda Crochets, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful peppermint throw blanket. This blanket measures approximately 43 inches across by 56 inches long. You can always customize this blanket to make it bigger or smaller depending on your preference. This is a 1-row repeat and works up very nice and is made especially for the holidays with that sparkle yarn. So let's get started on today's tutorial making the peppermint throw blanket. So for today's tutorial you're going to need 4 skeins of 2 different colors, and I'm choosing the traditional Christmas colors of red and white. And I'm using Hobby Lobby I Love This yarn, and this is their metallic line because of those sparkles. And each skein is 5 ounces, 142 grams, 252 yards or 230 meters. It is 97% acrylic and 3% metallic polyester, and it is a number 4 worsted weight yarn, and it's machine wash and dryable. And the recommended hook size is a US I9 or 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And I'm using the color red, and for this color I'm using white. So again, you have 4 skeins of each of these 2 colors, and if you wanted to change it up you can use different colors. They have a green in this color, they have a blue, a pink, purple, whatever you like. I'm also going to be bumping up my crochet hook to a J10 or 6 millimeter crochet hook just to have a little bit more drape to the throw blanket. So let's begin today's tutorial. So for today's tutorial you're going to start with that red color and you're going to make a slip knot. And for my throw blanket I ended up making 129 chains. Now if you would like to make your throw blanket bigger or smaller, you would just change up the number of chains. So the stitch multiple of this blanket is 14 plus 3. So that means you're going to take the number 14, you're going to times it by any number that you would like, and then you're going to add 3 more chains to the very end. So for this small sample size, I'm just going to be doing a sample of 14 times 2, which is 28 plus 3. So for a total of 31. Again, for my throw blanket, I made a chain of 129. So let me just zoom up a little bit here. Okay, so to make a chain, you're going to yarn over your hook and pull through that loop on your hook. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue making 129 chains, or your stitch multiple of 14 plus 3. Okay, once you have your stitch multiple or your chain of 129, we can begin row 1. For row 1, we're going to skip the first 3 chains, which is going to count as your first double crochet, and we're going to make 2 double crochets into the 4th chain. So that loop on your hook does not count. You're going to count 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3, and in that 4th chain from your hook, you're going to yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that 4th chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is your double crochet. You're going to make 1 more double crochet into that same chain space. So again, into that same chain, insert your hook and make a double crochet. Now if you're a beginner, I highly suggest getting a stitch marker and putting it into the top of that chain 3 that you skipped. So this is the first chain, this is the second chain, and then this is the 3rd chain. So you're going to insert your stitch marker right here in the top. So that's going to help you determine where the very first and last stitch is of your row. Next we're going to make 1 double crochet in each of the next chains. So in that very next chain, go ahead and make 1 double crochet, make a double crochet into that next chain, and 1 double crochet into the next. So you should have 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, and in that next stitch you're going to make a double crochet 3 together over the next 3 chains, and you're going to do that twice. So yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and now you're going to stop. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. You're going to again stop right there, yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. You should have a total of 4 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. And that is a double crochet 3 together. So you're going to do that one more time. Yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. Next, you're going to make 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 chains. So go ahead and make 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 chains. Next, we're going to make 3 double crochets into the next chain twice. So in the next 2 chains, you're going to have 3 double crochets each. And this is going to be the peak of our ripple stitch. So 1, 2, 3 double crochets into that same chain space. In that next chain space, you're going to make 3 double crochets. So then when you see your work, it's going to start dipping up and down for that ripple stitch. Next, you're going to make 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 chains. So find your next chain and make 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 chains. Okay, so we're back to our valley, and that's where you're going to do your 3 double crochet together over the next 3 chains, and you're going to repeat that twice. So I'll show you one more time. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that 3rd chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You should have your 3 double crochets and that starting chain, so you have 4 loops on your hook, pull through all 4 loops. And you're going to do that one more time. So just make sure before you yarn over after your 3 double crochets that you have 4 loops on your hook. And then you're just going to repeat this all the way across. So in between your peaks and your valleys, you're going to have 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 chains. So 1, 2, and 3. And you're going to repeat that all the way across. When you have your final chain, you're going to make 3 double crochets into that final chain, which is going to mimic the very beginning of your blanket. So 3 double crochets into that very last stitch. And you're going to mark that last double crochet with your stitch marker. So again, you have your very first and very last stitch marked with the stitch marker, so that way you know when you make more rows where your last stitches or your very first stitches, in order to keep your blanket nice and straight. So this is just 1 row, and you can already see the ripple stitch forming. So we're going to go ahead and do row 2. Row 2, you're going to chain 3 and turn. And that chain 3 does count as a double crochet. So in the top of that chain 3, go ahead and insert your stitch marker. You're going to make 2 more double crochets into that very first stitch. So 1 and 2. You're going to make 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Next, you're going to make a double crochet 3 together twice over the next 3 stitches. And remember, with your double crochet together, you're going to end just before finishing that double crochet. You're going to yarn over and pull through 4 loops on your hook. Do that one more time. Again, you have 4 loops, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. You're going to make 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Okay, so then you're getting to the peak of your blanket. And for the peak, a helpful tip is find your 3 double crochets together, and in that 3rd double crochet, you're going to make sure that is where your 3 double crochets go. So when you look at your 3 double crochets from the previous row, your first and second double crochet should have 1 double crochet in it, and that last one is where you're going to insert 3 double crochets. When you're looking at your second cluster of 3 double crochets from the previous row, that very first double crochet is where you're going to insert 3 double crochets into the same stitch. So then when looking at the peak of your ripple stitch, you should always have 3 double crochets with the inner 2 stitches. So again, the 3rd stitch from the first group and the 1st stitch from the second group, the 2 innermost stitches. If you do not have 3 double crochets in each of those 2 stitches, you are not making enough of the stitches from the previous row. So that means that somewhere you messed up. Either you didn't do the 3 double crochets together, or you accidentally did 2 double crochets or 4 double crochets instead of the 3. So just be very careful when making a ripple stitch, because one stitch that you make wrong can just make the whole blanket off cue. So just make sure you have the 3 double crochets in the correct spot. And then you're just going to repeat this across the entire blanket. So you're going to make 1 double crochet into the next 3 double crochets. And then you're going to go ahead and make your double crochet 3 together over the next couple of stitches. Always making sure you have 4 loops on your hook before completing that stitch. Make 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then when you get to the end, you should have that marked stitch, which is the top of that chain 3 that we skipped from the very beginning. In that very last stitch, go ahead and make 3 double crochets. Okay, so here is what 2 rows looks like. I ended up doing 4 rows of each color before switching colors, and that really helped to keep all of the ends, or most of the ends, all to one side of your blanket. Now after you make your 4 rows, you're just going to repeat row 2 for the pattern, and again I change colors every 4 rows. So I'm just going to show you how to change colors. So on that very last stitch of your row, you're going to make your double crochet and you're going to stop right here. You're going to cut your yarn and leave a little bit of a tail. You're going to get that new color, which in this case is white. You're going to leave a little bit of a tail and drape it right over your crochet hook and finish that final double crochet with that white color. And then I like to get my yarn ends and kind of just pull them a little bit to tighten that. And then you're going to begin the next row with that white color. So chain 3 and turn and make 2 double crochets into that very first stitch and continue with the pattern. Again, the pattern is just a repeat of row 2 over and over again and changing colors every 4 rows. So my blanket ended up being 76 rows, and I did not make a border for my blanket. However, if you would like to make a border, you can definitely do that. I just opted not to make a border for this blanket. So let me show you the completed blanket one more time. So as you can see, this blanket has a lot of sparkle to it, and despite having all this sparkle to it, this yarn is still very, very soft against the skin. You can definitely cuddle up under this blanket while watching your favorite holiday movies or sipping a hot beverage like hot cocoa. This is just a very nice and cozy blanket. If you wanted to change the colors up, you can most definitely do that. Like I said, this yarn has a bunch of different colors with the sparkle in it. And this is the 4 rows before again switching over to that white. You're going to start and end your blanket with that red color just to kind of balance the blanket out. And if you wanted to make more rows, you would do that. You just might need some more yarn just because the blanket is going to be bigger. and that is the peppermint throw. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Please like, comment, and subscribe to see all future videos by me. And as always, happy crocheting. Bye.